Viktor Karaniev takes charge of this welterweight contest. We look at the tail of the tape. Height and reach on the side of Magomedsaigid Alibekov, but the experience on the side of Andrei Koshkin. Koshkin in the gold and black shorts, red corner, taking on Alibekov in the blue corner. And Alibekov, record of 10-1. Despite his frame and that devastating skill set, only 3 finishes within that, so you know when you sign up for him it's likely to be a long night. Koshkin though, consummate professional, always evolving, really is a student of the sport, does all he can to improve himself in all angles.
When I look at this fight on paper, Brian, it was very interesting to see these two fighting sort of styles. You know, they both have a very good all-round MMA game, both good on the feet, both have good takedowns and some devastating sort of ground and pound. At the moment, it's Andrei Koshkin is coming out a little bit more aggressive.
Koshkin certainly looking to impose himself, throwing heavy combinations, mixing it up, getting in the face of Alibekov.
Yeah, I don't think Alibekov has thrown anything yet. He just threw a bit of a lunging jab. You know, Koshkin timed that very well, trying to get underneath.
And Koshkin has always been, in whichever division he's fought in, always at the upper echelon of it. He really is somebody that is always on the fringe of being in that title talk. He did fight for the interim title at lightweight against Edward Vartanyan. Vartanyan really was unstoppable on that night, but when Koshkin came back, he beat Razul Shovalov and then Yusuf Umarov, back-to-back victories to put himself back in that talk.
But it's good thing about, well, strange thing about this when you see Alibekov is very tentative here. He has been out a long time himself. Both of these guys have been nearly out just over a whole year, not managed to fight, even though Alibekov has been ready to fight a few times, but you know, things didn't happen. He missed weight and stuff like that. So it's good to see him back in it, but he seems to be very, they say ring rust is all in the mind, but he doesn't seem to do anything. Well, look back at his other fights, how aggressive he has been before. He just seems very tentative here.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, Brad. He seems a bit shy for throwing, and also Koshkin looks so switched on. He's read every single shot that's come in so far from Alibekov.
That's the thing, sometimes we're in a fight, you try and get the rhythm of the fight. Like, the rhythm is not just throwing a 1-2 or 1-2-3, it's how you throw them sometimes, and rhythm. And at the moment, Alibekov hasn't got the rhythm because he's not throwing anything. So when he does throw, it's so easy to see like that. It's just one shot. Where you see with Koshkin at the moment, he's mixing up jab, high kick, low kick. He's using a lot more. There's a lot more different looks coming from his way.
And Koshkin is somebody that always has confidence in himself as well, and you can just see he's oozing that tonight. For me, as impressive as his combinations is how he's slipping some of the attacks from Alibekov.
Yeah, the thing about it, I mean, give credit to Koshkin, his head movement, but it's just, I think it's Alibekov, he's throwing single strikes. Again, just one punch there. Then you watch it in a minute, it'll just be one punch. Well, that was knee, okay. But it's just one, where you see that Koshkin is actually throwing jab, high kick, 1-2. You know, he's doing a bit more combination. Again, big one overhand right. So it gets quite easy to read the sort of timing of your opponent.
And when we talk about preparing for fights and set opponents, I mean, both of these have had to change their mindset and their game plans for each other's over a couple of days' notice. That can also be something that plays in the mind. If you are so set on a style or a game plan, and then suddenly there's a different frame or body in front of you, sometimes it's who can adjust quickly to that change, right?
Indeed, Brian. Again, I think that's definitely down personally to how you approach your fight yourself. But what I used to always say is when I got ready for a fight, I never got ready for a particular opponent. I got ready for a date, because I'm going to turn up that date, and whoever fights me, fights me. You know, because I know within this sport, opponents change all the time, so you have to be, you're not preparing for just this guy, you're preparing for the next guy, so you're trying to get as many different looks in it as you possibly can.
Kick attempt there from Alibekov, caught by Koshkin. Koshkin keeping this output continuous, and the feints. Oof. One shot that Alibekov is throwing a lot, maybe too much, is just that overhand right, not really setting up, stepped in there with half a jab to range and try and reach it, but if you're going to throw that against somebody like Koshkin, somebody who's savvy, somebody of his level, you've got to set it up with or hide it, disguise it in some way.
It was a lot more closer. You saw that in the last one just then. He missed, obviously, but it was a lot closer to landing because he threw it was a second punch. Where if you're throwing the overhand first, you're going to miss quite a lot, so you need to close that distance, which he did there, the last one, but he still actually missed. But that was a better one because he threw a 1-2, where before that it was just one, and it was very easy. And Koshkin, you know, he was reading when he was throwing it, and he was missing by a mile, and he was coming back in his combination. He was very sharp in that first round for me, Koshkin.
Yeah, set for round number 2. And you could see in that corner how confident he looked as well, Brad. Not just sharp, but his corner looked very impressed with that first round, those first 5 minutes. A little smile on his face.
Yeah, indeed, he seems to be enjoying himself, and that's one thing with in a fight, you have to enjoy the process, you know.
Round 2, off we go. Magomedsaigid Alibekov, blue corner, black and white shorts. Andrei Koshkin, gold and black shorts, red corner. Me, Brian Lacey, alongside Brad Pickett. And what does Alibekov need to do? What sort of advice are you giving him in that corner, Brad?
He needs to try and like get something in this fight, so a bit of forward, get a bit more. Not to say respect from Koshkin, but you know, put Koshkin back and like, give Koshkin something to worry about.
Oh, combinations coming, sitting down on the punches a little more now, Koshkin.
And even when I say something to worry about, it doesn't necessarily have to be a combination. Just maybe get a level change, go for a takedown, put him on his back a little bit. Then when he gets back to his feet, he's thinking about maybe you could check level change. But at the moment, he's fighting a boxing sort of match. He's throwing no real kicks. He's just really boxing and just throwing single shots. So it's very easy for Koshkin to read.
Already 1 minute down, and Koshkin consistent with the movement, consistent with the output, consistent with the pressure. Oh, just misses with that left hook as well.
You can see the confidence growing in Koshkin, you know. Sometimes you get that within a fight where you just feel, you know, I believe I have this guy's number. But you have to be very careful because Alibekov has that power in his hands when he does come forward. He does throw very hard. So light these toes, Koshkin. Footwork is excellent as well. Oh, look at that nice straight jab. Always impressed with where Koshkin puts himself to put his opponents in danger and to keep him out of it. Fight's very long as well. Yeah, and these, I mean, they do look like, for me, when I look at these guys, they're both like welterweights, but they have both recently just moved up from lightweight. I'm thinking, how did these guys ever make lightweight?
Oh, nice high kick and little nod. Switch of stance now from Alibekov, spinning attack.
For me, Alibekov needs to start to turn it up now. The fight's kind of slipping away from him at this moment.
And that's just with the clock going down as well, Brad, because he's running out of time to do something, and Koshkin has really settled into a rhythm, found his range excellently. And when you're in that position with Alibekov, does Alibekov just have to bite down and think, I'm going to have to take 2 or 3 shots just to try and push back on this beast?
Well, that's the beauty of this sport, Brian. Things can change on a dime, you know, just like with one punch, one land, something can really change the course. That's what this sport's so beautiful and fun to watch and exciting as it is, you know. So, but he does need to do that. You need to throw something and try and land it.
Still, Koshkin keeps applying this pressure. 1 minute 40 seconds left. Despite the fact he's got a slightly shorter range, he seems to be the one keeping Alibekov going back, struggling to find any sort of connections or a little threat of a Superman punch off the cage there from Alibekov.
Yeah, for me, I mean, like, I think ring rust is all in the mind, but that's good. Perfect little time, perfect time. You need to do that, something like that. Even though Kushkin done a great job to get back to his feet, well done for that. But it's just a different look now. Kushkin will have to think about, maybe I could get taken down. So that was, for me, just a little bit too late. But it was good to see him do it.
And then we saw a low kick from Koshkin. Instantly, Alibekov shakes his head. As always, the replay guys love to show us. Oh no, this is the takedown attempt.
Yeah, it was a good little drive, you know. I ended up getting the trip, but you know, left a little bit too much space, couldn't shelf the bottom leg, and Koshkin done a great job to get back to his feet. But that's what I wanted to see from Alibekov. For me, it's just a little bit too late.
Oh. Look at that left hand. Keeps connecting, has Alibekov straight on it, but there we have a spinning attack from Bekov, trying to get the kicks involved a bit more maybe.
To me, it does definitely seem like Alibekov is starting to warm up into this fight, but it's just taking him 2 rounds to do so.
20 seconds left on this. Nice step in knee there. That was a powerful shot there from Alibekov, eaten well by Koshkin. Ooh. Koshkin's speed as well is something to behold.
Yeah, he's definitely taking up that kind of lightweight sort of speed to the way he fights, you know, but very quick with his hands and his legs, and also very good movement as well. Much better round there towards the end by Alibekov, much better round, but I think he's just getting into this fight a little bit too late for my liking.
Well, one thing we know, and as you just said, anything can happen in this sport. 5 minutes in this third round to make something happen for Magomedsaigid Alibekov, but you've got to think there's got to be some urgency in that corner, Brad. They've really got to think that they are behind 2 rounds. And Alibekov will need to do something dramatic, something different, change the formula to try and solve the puzzle that is Koshkin, because right now Koshkin looks comfortable, looks relaxed, and even when he's taking big shots like that knee from Alibekov, he's in such good condition, it doesn't seem to faze him.
Yeah, exactly that. It's about confidence in this fight. And Koshkin came out straight away with a lot of confidence, where Alibekov has taken some time to grow into the fight. Definitely that round was better for him in the last half of that round, and hopefully he can take that momentum into the third round and make something happen.
So we shall find that third and final round here in our co-main event. After this we will have Artem Frolov taking on Ibrahim Magomedov. But still business to be had here with Alibekov in the blue corner taking on Andrei Koshkin in the red. Low kick attempt there from Alibekov. Again, Koshkin just being first, asking the question first, backing Alibekov up once again, forcing him to try and find some space within this ACA cage.
For me, it always seems to be like, yeah, he hasn't really managed to come forward this whole fight, or put Koshkin on the back foot at all. The only time he did come forward is when he did that beautiful drive within the second round to go for that takedown.
Koshkin again just slips a punch and throws a couple back. His reactions really have impressed me tonight. Control of range, high output. And Alibekov now has 3 minutes 30 seconds to try and switch this momentum around. And we've seen it before. Alibekov is a fighter that's come from a promotion that he's held titles in before, but when you come to ACA, there is a step up, and we've seen it already tonight. There are levels, and sometimes when people step up to this one, they really do find out what this upper echelon of mixed martial arts really is about.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Brian. For me, ACA is, you know, the best promotion in this side of the world. Attracting the best fighters, not from this side of the world as well, from all over the world. They have a lot of really good high-level fighters coming in here from Brazil and Europe. Even Africa, we had Mark Holm was supposed to be making his debut tonight. Unfortunately, he had some visa issues, but he should have been here fighting tonight.
Yeah, he will be back, I'm absolutely sure. We're set to fight Andrei Kошki, and he'll be watching this, wondering exactly how he would have fared against this young man.
And that was one of the fights I was really looking forward to.
I was about to say, it's one that I hope that they re-sign quickly and get it onto one of these cards that are coming up. We have a stack of cards coming at us now, which is fantastic to see. ACA 107, July 24th, and back again. ACA 108 will be from Russia on August the 8th. Then we go to Poland, August 20th. And they just keep coming, fight after fight, great matchups. Right now, 1 minute 55 seconds left in this welterweight contest. Andrei Kошki totally in his groove here in the ACA cage. High kick attempt there from Alibekov.
You can see that Kошki still has that little bounce in his step, you know, you have to get in and out.
He's fought at his pace though, Brad, as well. I mean, it's a high pace, but he set it, right?
Yeah, exactly that. He said that because he's good. We'll say there's two people in the cage, the bull and the matador, and at the moment, the person who's the bull is the one who controls the pace of the fight. And that, for me, that's been Kошki. He's been coming forward the whole time. He can choose when they engage and when they don't.
The only thing more impressive than his performance is his tan as well. That is somebody, I believe he's been training out in Thailand.
And also, credit to him, his conditioning hasn't stopped. Very active.
We've seen that before. We saw that with the Razul Shafarlov fight. 3 hard rounds. Oh, a nice left that caught Alibekov. That steps him back. 35 seconds left now.
You might see a little flurry towards the end here from both fighters. Unfortunately,
accidental eye poke there just as he came in. Just under 30 seconds left though.
Yeah, you got to feel like the both cornermen are going to look up at the clock and say, hey guys, there's only 30 seconds left. And if I was Alibekov, I would say bite down in your mouthpiece and throw.
I believe he's called the doctor in. It'll just be for a check, I'm sure. That won't stop the 30 seconds left in this. Totally accidental. And now we get a little look at some of the work. I think we're good, we are set. Only 30 seconds to go. This is the eye, you can see, just instinctively poured that hand out, but the fingers were extended. Got warning from Victor Korniev as we started again, but now 20 seconds left, Brad.
That's what I say, I thought that would cook. Those nice little ingredients here to make this end of this fight fly.
Bekov is throwing hard.
Sometimes you wish the 10-second clapper could be for the whole fight.
Woo! That turned it up for Andrei Kошki. What a performance, Brad, from start to finish. Set the tone, set the pace, and there is no way it could be any other victory than his.
No, yeah, exactly. For me, Kошki looked great tonight. And I say, Alibekov is not an easy opponent, you know, a phenomenal record of 10-1, you know. So, I mean, I say he's been fighting and holding belts from other organisations. So that's a very, very good scalp. He made Alibekov looked very ordinary tonight.
Yes, certainly Alibekov has dominated in many of his performances, but Koshkin, we asked the question between ourselves. We wonder how these fighters have prepared, how they've got ready. You add to that the fact they had a change of opponent, Brad. They both had to readjust to completely different styles, completely different body frames. And Andrei Koshkin, for me, like you said, you pick a date to get ready. He was just ready no matter what, and he showed that from the start. And I think this is going to be another impressive victory. They put him on a 3-fight win streak now back in ACA.
По итогам 3 раундов единогласным решением судей одержал победу Андрей Кошки, Новокузнецк.